Hey fam, Aaliyah here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video where I will be sharing with you guys my go-to base routine for an unclockable beat, honey. Okay, the complexion is my most favorite part of my makeup routine. I love complexion products. I'm always trying new products, okay, because I just want to continue to improve my makeup again and again and again and again until it's truly unclockable. I did a perfect selfie skin makeup tutorial a few months back. That one is still pretty accurate, but I do have some new products in rotation, a slightly different way of doing things, just a little bit of a tweakage. Nothing too much, nothing too dramatic, nothing too different. But because I'm always trying new products, I just want to show you guys what I'm currently doing right now and what I currently like right now. I'm not the type of person who just slaps her makeup on in 15 minutes, okay? My base takes some time because I want to make sure everything is blended, everything is seamless, and everything is unclockable, okay? You guys like the way my base comes out, and I just like continuously perfecting my base. So without further congee, if you are interested in tuning into today's video where you will be learning how I achieve an unclockable, seamless, blunt, and soft base, then subscribe to my channel if you are not already subscribed. Tap that bell as I am uploading every Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, 3 p.m. PST, premiering every single upload. So tap that bell, honey, so you get notified immediately when that video goes public. And stay tuned, keep on watching, and I hope you enjoy this video. I didn't always used to be a primer person, but I became a primer person like last summer. Shout out to Jackie Ina because she be putting the girls on. I will always thank her for the reason why I have the techniques that I have today. So I've been using the Smashbox Photo Finish Oil Shine and Control Primer lately. You know how I usually set my primer with powder? I don't really need to do that with this one. I actually been liking it. They sent it to me probably a month ago. I've been using it ever since. I just use, you know, a little pea-sized amount. It claims to have this like time release technology. Hold on, where my mirror at? Where my mirror at, cuz? It claims to have this time release technology over, you know, the period of 12 hours. So your shine is controlled, I guess, throughout your whole makeup wear girl for the whole doggone day. And I noticed, I just tested it. I was like, let me just not set this with powder like I usually do. I didn't set it with powder, and at the end of the day, I pretty much looked like how I looked if I did set other primers with powder. So, you know, I was like, okay, Smashbox, I'm gonna put you in my rotation. And I just keep it right here. I only need to keep primer right here. Chin, a little bit by the mouth, the inner cheeks, just the inner cheeks, and then my nose. Anywhere else can be shiny though. I like to glow anywhere else. I always use different foundations, but I pretty much stick to like dewy ones. But I've been really into, okay, the Too Faced Born This Way foundations. I wouldn't say this is a dewy foundation, but I don't know. I just really liked how it looked one day with their concealer, because I usually use their concealer separate from the foundation. I don't really use the foundation too much, but you know what, I was just like, let me just use both of them together today, and I did, and I was like, bitch, why haven't I been doing this? So I do about 1.5 pumps of praline and then just a little smidget of butter pecan, because butter pecan is really orange, and then I just mix those two together, you know, on the back of the his hand, like so. Perfect shade, honey. I'm just a skin tone who has to mix. It sucks, but it has to be done. And I'm gonna go ahead and take a very fresh, clean, and new Fenty Beauty Precise Beauty Sponge, and then just blend this all over my face. I like this sponge because it just applies it so quickly, because the flat surface is so big, so it takes up a lot of area space, okay, upon application. And as you can see, honey, this match, magnificent, superb, supreme. And I don't go in with foundation straight on my nose. My nose only gets the last little bit of foundation left on the sponge, okay? Your nose don't need that much product. That's probably why it's cakey. Just put the last little bit of foundation on the sponge onto your nose. Okay, that's all blended in now. This is my most favorite part, which is sculpting. I use the Too Faced multi-use sculpting concealer. I love this concealer. It's my absolute fave. Kevin DeQuant, my sensual skin enhancer, that was my girl. That was my good sis for like a whole 1.5 years. I still love her, but I switched over to the Too Faced Born This Way because it's just magnificent, okay? Stupendous, superb, immaculate. I use 3 shades: Warm Sand, Golden Beige, and Chai. I like to conceal, highlight, and then bronze toward. So first I start out with Warm Sand. Warm Sand is closer to my skin tone. And this is just to conceal, okay? You can highlight with concealer, but you conceal with concealer. So I just like to apply this all under my eye. To some people, this will be a lot of product. To me, it is just not. I like a nice sculpted face, and 3 dots under the eye, honey, that just won't do it for me, okay? This is not a no makeup day. This is just the base. To whatever else, I apply whatever eye look I want to do. If I don't want to do an eye look, I still do this. I'm not going to do an eye look today, just lashes. And this wand is so thick. It's so big, it takes up so much area space. So you can just apply it way more quickly than a little all winky dink wand. Okay, a little bit on the chin and on the forehead. Now we're gonna go in with golden beige. I like to put golden beige right on the edge of warm sand. I like this part of my cheek to be lighter because it just brings more youth to my face. I find that if I don't do this, I just look a little bit older, you know? Like when my bronzer just comes up too far, I just look a little bit older. I kind of age myself if I don't do this. So I found doing this just brings more youth to my face. Like my cheek, this part of my cheek needs to glow, okay? It needs to be brighter than this part of my eye. But this part of my eye, the under eye, it can't be too bright or it'll look crazy in photos. Trial and tribulation. I mean, what do they call it? Trial and error. There we go, ma'am. Put it right on top, and just a little bit down my nose. Not too much product on my nose because she's the one who's oily. She real oily, okay? And lastly, we take chai, and I like to bronze tour with this. It's just the perfect warm shade for bronze touring, okay? I just like to clock my chin right there, and then I like to bronze tour right here. Boom. Now we can dot the bronze tour. We don't need too much. Boom. Now I like to start off with my chin, my forehead. No, wait, I'm playing. I'm just kidding, ma'am. Get it together. I like to start off blending out my bronze tour because this don't really need to sit. I use this to create definition and shadow. This blends pretty far, so you don't really need too much bronze tour product, okay? Because you don't want to look muddy or dirty. Bring it on down, clock them edges, and I still keep a little bit of foundation on the back of my hand just in case I go a little bit too crazy with the bronze tour. I can just go in with my foundation and like clean it up. And I love this Fenty Beauty sponge because you can really squish her like really tight, so you can get up in this. Plus I got a head wrap on. It helps me not get too much makeup all up in my head wrap. By the way, shop my head wrap down below. Queen of Wrap is up for sale, honey. Support my head wrap line. We're already halfway to a new color. Thank you so much for shopping my head wrap line. I really appreciate you all so much. Thank you for the customer pics that are coming in. I love to repost you guys on my stories and my Instagram page, so I really appreciate y'all serving in my wrap, honey. I used to not like cream contouring and all of this stuff, but I really like it even more now. It just sets the base for bronzer. It keeps everything so soft. You can go in and like clean it up. Like if you bring it down too far, go back in with your foundation, bring it back up, clean it back up. It just keeps everything more controlled. And I feel like with cream bronzing, you just have even more control with how it looks, how far it goes down, how dark it is. Sometimes with powder, you can't really take away powder, you know what I'm saying? But you can take away creams with just adding a lighter shade. So I just really like to cream bronze tour, and it just sculpts the face for actual powder bronzer. I don't really contour anymore because I can never get it right. It just always looked muddy and ashy, and I just don't like working with cool shades, so I only bronze now. I haven't contoured in years, honey. I don't even know if that is anymore. I just bronze tour, okay? I basically bronze. I just like, you know, having fun with words. We like having fun with words over here. Go back in with my foundation. I brought it down too far right here. And then boom, you just clean it up. You can sculpt your face however you want. All right, now I'm gonna start with my chin, forehead, and then nose. I leave my under eyes for last because I want those to sit the longest. I'm all about seamlessness. I want to look unclockable. Can't nobody clock my base. Nobody should be able to clock your base, okay? This is the one thing I think any beginner in makeup should focus on is their base. Focus on it, honey. Perfect it. When you perfect your base, you don't need eyeshadow as a distraction because you already look good without it. All right, now it's time for the under eye. So I start at the edge where the lightest shade is. Start there first, and I just start blending there for a minute, okay? I don't move up yet. I haven't moved up yet. And then I just slowly start to move up blending the two together. Blending golden beige and warm sand together. And then I stop, and then I just start blending the bronze tour and then golden beige together so they marry. It's all about marrying. You want everything to blend into each other seamlessly. You don't want to see where something starts and stops. You want it to look as one. And then I gotta be in the mirror for this. I go right up close to my lash line and just gently tap in warm sand. Just gently, not too much, because I don't want to blend this away. I just want to like dab it in. And since I'm not wearing shadow today, I'm just gonna take whatever is left on my sponge and just blend that onto my lids. And double check your blend, make sure everything looks good. Hit up the sides of the nose. And do you see this under eye? Let's just moment of silence for how and as you can see, we look very blended like butter. Before I go ahead and set my face, I am going to press this MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in dark tan. It's kind of close to my skin tone, but it still bronzes at the same time, but it's a very soft bronze, and that's why I like it. So I like to press a bronzer onto the wet parts of where I bronzed toward, and I'm using this Fenty Beauty 195 bronzer brush. I love the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish because it's just so soft. And Too Faced actually just came out. Actually, I'm playing. It's not even out yet. I guess I got first dibs, honey. They made complexion enhancing highlight palettes. Okay, we're gonna use this too, but when our face is set. Like, this reminds me so much of MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I've been using her for like a week or so. I love it. We're gonna use these two. They're coming out in March. Ugh, but girl, I think you're gonna like the Too Faced ones. So I'm just gonna press it, boom boom, very softly onto where I cream bronze toward, and it just keeps everything looking soft. You have no harsh bronzer at all. It's just a very soft sculpt, and that's what I've been into lately. I feel like 2020 is the year of soft sculpts. I think everyone is just softening up their makeup. I think at the end of 2019 they were for sure softening up their makeup, but now, honey, soft makeup is in. It's a very subtle difference, but it'll keep my sculpt in place. Take that sponge, boop boop, keep that shit blent. I like to add a little bit just below the apple, like right here. Okay, kind of lifts up my cheek a little bit. That's right below the apple, right there. You see what I'm doing? You see that little, yep, boop, right there. Now it's time to set. Now I really only use Huda Beauty's Easy Bake Powder. It is just divine. It's such a good powder. It melts right in, and your under eye still looks hydrated. It's like a hydrated looking set. You know what I'm saying? It's so good. I use the shade Banana Bread. I gotta be up close to my mirror for this one. So just clock those lines, you know, dab just very softly. Don't dab too hard. You don't want to blend away. You just want to pat in. Just pat this powder in and just allow it to melt into your concealer. I don't really do any baking. It's not really necessary. Sometimes I do it when I'm doing eyeshadow to catch my fallout, but that's really the only time I really bake. And I just keep pressing, pressing, pressing until the powder is all melted in. This is such a good powder. I truly don't even need to use anything else. I love it so much. It just makes you look so soft. And then I press it onto my chin. Oh, I'm just kidding. The only thing I really bake is my nose, okay? Like, she just needs to be baked. Like, the oil this girl produces, I just don't understand. I treat her so well. She has an excellent skincare routine, but girl, she be producing buckets. And then lastly, just the center of my forehead. And then I just press in my nose. See, I only bake my nose for a quick little second. It's not like for minutes. Now to set the rest of my face, just very lightly, I'm going to take my MAC Studio Fix powder in NC45. And I'm just going to lightly press this into my face. I don't like to set my whole face. I think that can make you look just a little bit cakey. I just need a light setting because I still do like to be dewy on the outer perimeter of my face. This is a powder foundation, so it'll also just give you a little bit more coverage on your face if you're like using a medium coverage foundation, a lighter coverage foundation. All right, now we're all set. We look good. I'm going to go into the Too Faced Complexion Enhancing Highlighting Palette. They have four. They have light, medium, tan, and deep, okay? But this is more for like an all over face kind of glow. I'm gonna use tan. Like, this is just something you dust dust all over your face. I'm not gonna do that though. It's so soft. I'm gonna go into the soft focus one, and I just put this right where I bronze. It doesn't really give me much color, but I did this the other day. I think it was last week, and I was like, oh baby, where has this been all my life? This is a good product. It's another installment to their Born This Way line, and they knew what they was doing, okay? Too Faced knew exactly what they was doing when they created this product. Sorry that y'all can't get it till March, but baby, please consider picking this up because my face was literally sitting. It just looked even more soft. Like it just gave it an even more soft appearance. Ugh. Yes, Too Faced. Who told you to pop off like this? You can see it gave it a little bit more color to my face. It's like one of those things that is like exactly like my skin tone. However, if you keep it more focused, it'll give off color. It's not meant for that, but I'm using it for that. Yes, ma'am. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and contour my nose with this same powder. Just bring it down the sides. Because it's so soft, it's perfect for nose contouring, for nose sculpting. Oh, this just sculpts the nose so well. And now I'm gonna use the Hangover primer just before we apply highlighter and blush, honey. And we're basically almost done. For blush, I will be using the Lancome Monochromatic. I just love this stuff. I almost hit pan. It's almost gone. This is the shade Petite by Sue. I love this stuff. It just feels so plushy. It feels so plushy, and it's just the perfect pinky shade. And I just smile like so. And then I apply it kind of over top of my bronzer, but then also where I would highlight, like all in this section. That just worked for my face shape. Apply blush, bronzer, and highlight the way it works for your face shape. Don't follow exactly my placements and everything, because this works for my face shape. And such a pretty blush. I love this so much. A little bit on the apples, and then boop. It just brings such a beautiful glow to the face without being an overpowering shimmery blush. And for highlighter, I have been loving the Jaclyn Hill highlighter. It's so good. But also the highlighter in the Too Faced palette is so good as well. Like, it looks like you're glowing from within. So I think I'm gonna use the Too Faced one right now, but I always switch highlights. I also love the MAC Oh Darling. I would use this too. I just always use highlights, new ones, okay? But I'm gonna mix the medium Too Faced palette and the tan one. I'm just gonna mix these ones together, the highlighting shades, and we're just going to apply that to the high points of our face. Mix those two together, and this is just not really a beaming highlighter. I mean, you can build it up to be that way, but it just kind of makes you look like you're glowing from within. Like, it's so beautiful. It's not one of those blinding highlighters. It comes off so soft on your brush. Like, not too much goes on your brush. You don't have to be afraid of accidentally applying too much highlighter. It's just the perfect subtle glow. Like, wow, Too Faced. Bitch, how does not come out till March, honey? The girls want this now. And then I just fluffily, you know, usually I would apply brow bone highlight precisely with a smaller brush. We're just applying lashes today, so I'm just going to take my fluffy one and just apply it right up under that brow without trying to mess up my perfectly sculpted brows today. Yes, honey, a glow. It's so pretty, okay? It just hits the light so soft, so subtle, so beaming. Baby, this glow, like, I love such a wet cheek now. Like, my cheek, honey. She's wet. She looks good. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And then lastly, I like to highlight my nose. I just take a little bit on the tip of my nose. You have to keep this controlled. Once upon a time, I would put highlight all over my nose. Like, why did I do that? I don't know. But just keep it really controlled. That's why I use a nice, small, precise brush. The more precise, the more snatched your nose will be. Okay, lastly, just mascara, lips, and lashes. I have been loving the Rimmel London Wonderlux Volume Mascara. Listen, Rimmel London, low key, high key, on the highest of keys, makes some of the best mascaras in the drugstore market. Like, they're so good, okay? And they're like so moist. Like, they're not drying. And the way they just make your lashes look, honey, they're so good. Like, I haven't experienced a bad mascara, and I'm just not really a mascara person, but this one is so good. So I'm just going to coat this. I am going to apply falsies still, but let me just show y'all how this mascara be be looking. It just really makes it look like I have on some poppin' ass, or I have some poppin' ass natural lashes. Boom! You can really see my lashes with this one. Like, damn, are my lashes really this long though? Do I even need falsies though? All right, before I pop on falsies, let's apply our lip. I'm going to first apply this Smashbox Always On Cream to Matte lipstick. This is in the shade Stepping Out. These are really good lipsticks. They're so opaque in pigment and rich in color, but then they dry down super quickly into a like nice locked in place matte finish. I don't usually wear it matte. I will apply a gloss on top, but I really like the formula of these. Well, I got on damn lip gloss right now. Hold on. Yes, it's just the perfect your lip color but better shade. It just literally glides right on and then it just dries down. Yes, this color is just perfect. I mean, I could wear it like this, but then I'm like, you know what, no. Let me put a gloss on top. I'm going to apply the Artist Couture Diamond Lip Tea. This one is in the shade Climax. And then this is just gonna go right on top. Yes. Glide on. I just love things that glide on. Yes, that is our natural lip. It looks so good. If you're not a lash girl, you can just keep it like this. Like, this looks pretty good too, but I'm a lash girl. So I am going to pop on the Celeste Los Angeles. They have lash books, by the way, which makes like every lash like $3. I'm going to apply this Miracle Lash right here. The girls were complimenting me on this lash. I wore this lash when I actually did a Smashbox sponsorship for them, and you guys really love the way this lash looked on me. This is from their Drama Queen lash book. I'm gonna pop those on real quick. These are how the lashes look on me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me going through every single step of my base routine to see how I achieve this very soft, this very uncloggable, this very seamless beat. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. But if you are new here and this is the first time being on my channel and seeing my face, I would love to see you in the next one. Subscribe to my channel and join me and the honeys, honey. And until next time, always remember to serve, honey. And I'll see you on my next upload. Bye.